I see there's one viewer. Hold on one more second because I have 2 Twitter accounts. Okay, where's Woof Woof? Woof Woof, do you want to say hello? Here's Woof Woof. Where's Bear? Here's Bear. You want to say hello, Sweet Potato? Here's Sweet Potato with her angel wings, and Bo says hello from the hallway. And here's the Christmas University pendant. Christmas University. All right, so I put 10 or more questions on my Facebook page. Hello. It did say 10, but I changed it to 10 or more. So now I have 10 or more answers. And I had 2 more questions that aren't on there. Why am I wearing a mask? Because I'm having trouble with my allergies or my sinuses. And why does it help? Because the air that I'm breathing back in, and so it's humidity. So if I set up a humidifier and put distilled water in it, would that help? I need to do that and find out. And all right. Let me see what the 10 questions were on my Facebook page. I'm looking for that post. Okay, here it is. Somebody else commented. No, that was me. All right. Question number 1, where are the numbers? I didn't put them up yet. Question number 2, what would I do today if I had $1 billion? Question number 2.5, why am I afraid to say no to some people, even though I have a strong personality? Did I say no? Yes, I did. Am I still second guessing myself? Yes, I am. One of the events for Christmas was canceled today, so I don't have to decide that it's safer to stay home because they already decided it's safer for people to stay home and canceled it. A lot of people that are Jewish have Chinese food on Christmas, so there was Chinese food in a movie. And now you get to stay home and watch your own movie and order your own Chinese food. Would I have eaten Chinese food inside with other people? No, I haven't eaten in a restaurant since March 7th of 2020. But it's one less thing on my list to say, oh, I really want to go, but I don't think it's safe. And what was the other question about? There's people that are hard to say no to, and there's questions that are hard to ask. So I live stream, when I do social media, wouldn't you all yell at me if I didn't at least ask the question and let them say yes or no? So I asked the question. And apparently someone saw it, because now it doesn't matter if I had $1 billion, because if I had $1 billion, I would pay $35 to access the live stream of the concert that I don't feel safe to go to in person that I was on the guest list for. But apparently I get to watch the live stream without paying any money. So thank you very much. Because I asked the question. And I said it's okay if the answer is no, because it's not like I can't access. I was given a DVD and a CD, 2 CDs of previous concerts that I could watch. And there's previous concerts on YouTube. I could watch a whole concert, let you listen with me. But I wanted to watch the one this week that, anyway, now the Nutcracker, I canceled my shift. And there was even an article today about they're keeping that open at the Keller. But based on Omicron, a negative COVID test or vaccination, if you are not boosted, or even if you have a negative test, it doesn't necessarily mean anything, because there's people that are having PCR tests taken that they're picking up COVID that the rapid tests aren't picking it up on, because Omicron spreads that fast. And so, yes, The Keller and the Schnitz have decided to stay open. And why is it so hard to say, I can't do it? It's not safe. For me, I'm in a high-risk category. And yes, I took my name off the volunteer shift for the Nutcracker, but I also checked and there's still a spot open today and tomorrow. And then it may snow Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and Monday, Tuesday. So like even the medical appointments I have that I'm even afraid to go there during Omicron may not be able to go if there's snow and ice. We'll see. Hello to the fourth viewer. So, is there a live stream of the Nutcracker online anywhere? I don't know. Is there one of Oregon Ballet Theater? Not that I can find. What's question 3? And where can you see the list of the questions? Are on my Facebook page and my Facebook blog page. And my blog page is Harvard Journal 2. My Facebook page is my name or Harvard Journal. My blog page is Harvard Journal, but to get there, you put facebook.com/Harvard Journal and number 2. Okay, what was 3? How did it get to this point? Well, if you're supposed to do a morning routine and an evening routine every day, and you have a freeze response and don't do them, that can become a problem really quickly. And then you have the Delta variant come along and the Omicron variant come along, and then you have a problem, okay? I actually went to one concert since March of 2020. I went in Canby with 2 other people to the Michael Allen Harrison concert, and I changed my doctor's appointment that was in person so that I could go to that concert that I was invited to and was invited to bring guests, and that was on Monday the 22nd, I believe. 22nd, 23rd. And then Omicron got reported like 2-3 days later, and so now here we are. And it won't stop freaking raining in Portland. Apparently it didn't rain yesterday. Or at least not all day. Okay, so number 4, what can I do to keep it from getting worse? Well, for one thing, I can sit here and talk to you. And I can put on my migraine glasses if I have to. Hold on. And why did I cancel my vaccine appointment? Because you're not supposed to take Aleve or ibuprofen. These are Axon Optics migraine glasses for indoor, fluorescent lighting, or screens. I really tried not to take the Aleve. I woke up this morning and my right eye felt like there was sand in it. And I only got like 5.5 hours sleep with the light on and the TV playing on the phone. Even though I was falling asleep watching a feed before 4 a.m., I was too tired to get up and turn the light off. But I was using the ASV for sleep apnea. So I wake up and my eye feels like there's sand in it. And the eye drops that keep the red out, I didn't use them yesterday because that's not an allergen. That's for redness. Maybe I'll talk to you like this. But no, I'm not afraid of getting COVID in my apartment. I'm having a problem with my allergies or my sinuses. And I also looked at the weather, and the barometer wasn't just dropping, which is a migraine trigger, an anxiety trigger. If it's rising, it's a headache trigger. It wasn't just dropping like 0.01 per hour. It was dropping like 0.04 per hour for hours at a time. So when I started to get a headache, I tried everything. I tried acupressure points and put the essential oil on them. I had some coffee. I had some protein. I had Sudafed. I had magnesium. I said, I'll wait 20 minutes. I didn't even make it 20 minutes. I said, I only take Aleve, like 1 pill once a month or less. I had to take the Aleve. And then I had to call and cancel the vaccine appointment because I didn't want to leave the apartment anyway, but I canceled the appointment because you don't want to take Aleve or ibuprofen 24 hours before a vaccine. And if possible, you want to try to avoid taking it for like the first 6 days because you want the antibodies to build properly. And so At the point when I felt I needed to take the leave, I called and canceled the appointment. And when's the next appointment? Not till February. So I'm on the cancellation list, but I know where there's walk-ins. And I was trying to get an appointment before today at a walk-in, but I never did. I had this one just in case. And then when it came to today and I still hadn't gotten a booster, I was going to go, but then I had to cancel it. And why did I cancel the previous appointment? Because I had a low-grade fever. And again, if you get a low-grade fever from a vaccine, it's best to just deal with it and not take anything to reduce it, so your antibodies build properly. But if I already had a fever of 99 something to start with that day, I wasn't going to go in and get a vaccine. So that's why I canceled it before, which was closer to the when I should have gotten it at 6 months. And how much are you protected against Omicron if you have 2 shots of a vaccine and no booster? 33%. So, all right, what was question number? I also need to put more light in here because sitting in a room without enough light can actually make your vision worse. And I have like some partial cataracts. Okay, number 4. What can I do to keep it from getting worse? I think we've covered that. Essential only. Essential medical appointments only, which the booster was essential, but I had to take the leave. All right, 5. What city would be better for me to live in during the winter due to the rain, allergies, migraines, seasonal affective disorder? I only took the SAMe a few days for seasonal affective disorder, and I was having trouble sleeping. And so I don't know that I actually needed the SAMe this year because the longest night of the year was last night. But this morning I felt depressed, like I thought about taking it today, but I haven't taken it because you have to take it 2 hours away from food and 2 hours after or an hour before. And the methylated folate I'm out of. And I can even hear it talking, the congestion, which is why I'm wearing the mask. Okay. And is it just, and the gauge that was saying 23% humidity, I lost it. Like, where did it go? I don't know. I moved it from its usual location to check the humidity in the bedroom and and the hallway, and now I don't know where it went. All right. I also lost 2 tomatoes that I bought. Where did they go? And I dropped I need a letter opener. I used the nail clipper part, the piece of it as a letter opener. Well, that's now missing too. Okay, so not that I'm in a position to move, but what city would be better for me to live in during the winter than it's better when it's colder and clear and sunny. I have trouble with my migraines with cold weather, but at least I don't get the reaction I get with the rain and the snow. Like, I like to look at snow, but when the weather that produces snow gives me migraines. All right, what makes today the beginning of Christmas Eve? If you'd like to call me a witch, you will be blocked when this broadcast is over, unless I can block you right now. If you're watching from another platform, you will be blocked after this because I do not put up with trolls in my broadcast. Now my head is throbbing. To not react to things is something I'm working on. Okay. What makes it today the beginning of Christmas Eve? And I looked to see if anyone had an answer and saw the person who called me a witch. And I'm going to call you an asshole that doesn't belong in my broadcast. And there's Woof Woof saying, don't use bad language in your broadcast. Okay, sorry, Woof. All right. What makes today the beginning of Christmas Eve? Well, they had the Christmas Eve show on Live with Kelly. And tomorrow they're going to rerun the Ugly Sweater show or the Christmas Sweater show. And then on Christmas Eve, I don't know what they're going to show. And I took the chance and turned on General Hospital, even though I only have seen the episode from 2 weeks ago. I turned it on and it was Christmas Eve on General Hospital today, but they did not run the credits. They did run the credits on Live with Kelly, so that's what makes it Christmas Eve. What can I do instead? Well, if there's a live stream available, that would be instead. And if there's no Nutcracker live stream for OBT, then maybe I can find a nutcracker from somewhere else. And like I said, the movie and the Chinese food was already canceled. The 2 people inviting me for Christmas Day, I've had to say no to. I took a rain check on, like, yes, Lois invited me, and I told Lois if she's coming by where I live, I will give her an N95 mask or a KN95 mask, and if she wants to bring me some food, great, but I can't do it right now. I'm I'm at risk, and people are at risk right now to her. And okay, but Lois loves me and she invited me. So it's not true that I have nowhere to go on Christmas this year. I turned down the invitations because I didn't feel it was safe. Well, there's 2 reasons, and one of the reasons is Omicron. I don't feel right now what I know about the data about Omicron. What if they say 2 weeks from now, oh, it really wasn't that dangerous and you just ruined your Christmas for nothing? Well, what if they find out that it really is that dangerous? And what if I only get the mild, you don't end up in the hospital, but you get sick and then can't do the things that I have to do by when I have to do them? I can't put myself in that position. And what if they're wrong and it really is serious and it just didn't show up in South Africa because of the number of people that already had COVID or were vaccinated? They're not sure. They said they won't know for like a week and a half or 2 weeks. So what can I do instead of going to someone's house for Christmas? And I can take a rain check and I can stay here and eat the food that I have here. And if I need to order something, I can order something. Number 8, where is the Chinese symbol for crisis is danger plus opportunity. So what does ECTC say? She says, like, what is it that I'm not seeing about this yet? Where's the gift? Where's the pony? But question 7 was, what can I do instead? Question 8 was, where's the danger? Question 9 is, where is the opportunity? I can come on here if I want to eat Christmas food and talk to you. Maybe someone else is sitting home alone and they would like someone to talk to, even if it's on the replay. Okay? Because there's people that have helped me with what they're doing on social media. Okay. And I like those credits on Kelly, Live with Kelly. All right. Question 10, what do I know how to do that other people may not know how to do? I know how to access a lot of things sitting right here without leaving my apartment. And sometimes it requires typing out the question, can I have access to this, and letting them say yes or no. And if they say no, then it's your choice whether you pay for it or not. But if I was already on the guest list for the live show, why wouldn't they give me access to the live stream? But it does require asking. And so I finally asked. And unless I'm completely crazy, someone saw that email and replied to it by sending me access because I didn't pay for that. And then at the bottom now it says, not available for purchase, or something like that. And I'm like, well, but probably because it was already purchased or comped anyway. And I do like trade things with people that like when I'm able to help them by promoting their fundraisers, that's something I am able to do. All right. And all someone needs to do is write which one time in your comment and then see if I'm going to react to it for the rest of my broadcast. I will find out which platform they're watching on and block them. Because people that I don't know, it's one strike and you're out. All right. What do I know how to do that other people may not know how to do? I'm the one that directs people. This is where you can watch this for free, or this is where you can buy a ticket for this. They might not even know that it exists. I didn't even know that platform existed till yesterday. Where the live stream is. Now it's saying low battery. Why is the phone not charging? Well, first of all, because I have a new phone that I haven't set up yet, and I haven't sent this phone back yet. And in case you missed it, they're turning off the network December 31st, which may or may not interfere with planes in the US. They're asking them to delay it. But right now I need to set up the new phone. And I also don't want to get charged for not sending this phone back. But also I bought new charging cords because these wore out, but I haven't used them yet either because well, I have to find the package. I mean, I know where it went, but I have to get it. All right. What is the lesson from December 24th, 2010? When I didn't want to watch All My Children out of order before I had surgery. And so I sat there and called all these people on the phone to have somebody to talk to on Christmas Eve, and nobody answered the phone. I should have watched that episode of All My Children. And have I ever seen that episode from 11 years ago? The Christmas Eve episode? I don't know if I have or not. And so that's why I actually thought, well, what's the difference between watching Live with Kelly now or in an hour? And I did try to go on my Zoom call, and I decided that I was better off watching Live with Kelly, and I went and watched it. All right. And it also will replay in Portland at 2:06 a.m. So then I can watch the first minute that I missed and the part where it froze with the Rockettes, who shut down their show for the rest of the season. But we're on there, I think, live today doing 2 numbers. Did they shut it down because of COVID outbreak among the dancers or among the audience because of spreading in New York, or both? I'm not sure. Okay, question 11. Question 12. Why do I celebrate Christmas if I'm Jewish? My mother was Jewish and wasn't allowed to have any of Christmas, not the Santa part. I am not Christian. I do not have a star on my tree. It has bells and gloves and things like that. But I celebrate the Santa part of Christmas because my mother would stay up all night and wrap presents. And even though she did a lot of things wrong, I knew she loved me. And there was always like a stocking with candy, and maybe I can buy better quality chocolate myself than what she would buy, and maybe I could do the activity book she would give me in an hour. But the fact that she cared about her children and made sure they had birthdays and birthdays and holidays. Although when one thing went, why did this just freeze? When one thing that I'm going to make my TV go ahead a little bit and pause it again because even the motion is bothering my eyes today. And that barometer, the way it's dropping and how low it's going, it was definitely the weather was a trigger today, plus the stress and the lack of sleep. But okay. So and in the US, Christmas is basically a national holiday, and whether some people say it's too commercialized and it takes the meaning out of Christmas, but it's also like a holiday with music and lights, and I like the music and the lights. And if I have to give up, like if I had to give it all back and I wouldn't get any of the Christmas music or lights, but I wouldn't have any of the stress, I like the music and the lights and the things I learned in Christmas University that helped get over 20,000 toys for tots with Jen Lilly from GAC Family. She was on Hallmark. She was on All My Children, and got to learn how to do chocolate covered strawberries and cinnamon rolls and wrap a present. And yeah, I wasn't going to do that at first because there was a cost to it, and I decided to do it and thought there was one celebrity game night and the rest would be pre-taped. It turned out almost all the rest was live. The one thing that was pre-taped was Thanksgiving week, and I still have to go back and watch that. It was the cookie recipe that went with her movie. And I watched the premiere with Jen Lilly she was on Instagram. And I watched the movie a second time, and I have not seen the CEO Christmas yet. What is that? Speaking now. What is that a notification about? Fresh Start Fit. I don't. Okay. Okay. What? But Santa doesn't come to my apartment anymore. But maybe Santa does. Just not on Christmas Eve, because people like randomly send me things that I didn't ask for. Like, I didn't ask someone to send me money in my Venmo account that helped me pay my credit card bills. And so maybe that's a form of Santa. Okay. Um, but I don't like it if I don't like my mother would have the little rocking chairs of different sizes and there would be gifts on them. And I don't like that I have one rocking chair in storage, but I don't get gifts on Christmas anymore or a stocking. I bought a little stocking, but I don't know where it went and I don't know where my Santa hat went. All right. Why okay, which parts do I celebrate? Like I said, the lights, the music, the food. Um What was a lesson from February '88 when I was in the arena watching Brian Boitano the night he won the gold medal and Karen Kadavy was in her hotel room sick and did not get to participate in the Olympics? I should not have been in the arena either. I had a sinus infection. It was undiagnosed. I drove 2,000 miles back to Philadelphia not knowing what was wrong. I didn't want to I had my grandmother's credit card. I should have gone to an emergency room in Canada and paid for it and I had insurance at that time and had it reimbursed it later. It would have like $60. Like I think it would have cost $60. I'm not sure about that, but driving 2,000 miles back when you're sick, I then had symptoms of mono Epstein-Barr that never showed up as mono or Epstein-Barr, but I didn't feel well for a 24-hour period for 2.5 years. And the day that I felt like I went through 24 hours and felt okay was August. Driving from Pittsburgh back to Philadelphia and it was raining. It's like, I'm not supposed to feel well on a day when it's raining, but I did. But it took 2.5 years, hi, Michael, to get one day. Oh, Michael already liked that before. And my left eye is starting to twitch. I am really reacting to the weather today. All right. So the lesson was like I was in there, I didn't know about migraine glasses at that time. Fluorescent lights for 4 hours with a can of Coca-Cola and no protein for dinner. By the time that Brian Boitano skated, I felt like I wasn't even in the building. I had to watch a replay to see him skate, and I should not have been there. I was really sick that day, and like Karen Kadavy, should not have been in that arena. And I said, yes, I will answer them later. So there are your answers. If anyone in the replay would like to make a comment, if Witch would like to, the person who called me a witch would like to apologize before I find out what app they commented on and block them. Otherwise, it's 3:05 and I was going to watch Ellen, but I never changed the channel, which means what? It means I missed the first 5 minutes because you can't rewind something if you're on the wrong channel. So, all right, pause. All right, Miley Cyrus is hosting. All right, I'm going to hang this up. If anyone has anything to say that's allowed in my broadcast, they can say it in the comments. And have a good bye.